light up the chalice and me tell them to. That's the Rastafari ever safe and secure.
What? Slow motion this side. Oh.
So why would he change his mind?
Oh, hands are fi clean and your heart are fi pure.
Solar family, once again, you know the ritual. We back in the supreme natural intelligence, sacred culture, sanctuary, to uplift the knowledge and wisdom within your mental domain, your conscious state of mind, to enlighten your world. We are now on part 4 regarding divine, dive in, divine knowledge of self. Temple Code 101, esoteric insights and foundations. So I warmly invite you to listen keenly and listen raise sharply, because you're about to get that true knowledge, that true wisdom, that true understanding, equal standing, overstanding, and understanding once again. Because as always and as usual, you know we're about to hit that colossal, juggernaut monstrosity, grand slammer home run, bringing all this knowledge and wisdom all the way. And that is the fire of truth. So anyways, brothers and sisters, solar family, let's get right to the matter at hand and continue on part 4 where we left off regarding divine divine knowledge of self. The temple, the human body, the human being embodied, the art of higher perceptual awareness and transcendence. So let's go. We left off in the masculine principle, so we're going to be going right into that. So this is a reminder, my brothers and sisters, to bring a synopsis of what we covered thus far, just in short and sweet. You are the Most High Creator in disguise. You are the universe, experimenting and experiencing itself through all the varieties of life expressions. So in other words, the Creator divided the unified consciousness of itself to experience life through limitation, division, individuality, in divided duality and polarity, in divine, dive in divine, dive in, duality and polarity, in divided duality and polarity. So life is an expression and an experience that is being monitored. The Most High wanted to experience life at a lower existence through limitation. Because obviously when the Most High is operating in a higher state of existence, in the totality of omnipresence, omniscience, and omnipotence, everywhere at all times, all-knowing, and all-powerful. When you're operating in that state, there's nothing to achieve in that state. There's nothing to do in that state because you could do anything you want. So the Most High Creator decided to divide themselves into all various forms of life that we see within the universes, the multiverses, the omniverse, which is the embodiment of the Most High Creator. That's Almighty Nature. all persons, places, and things that is being expressed in all forms that the Most High could experience through your perspective, your perception, your ego, your astrological program, the way you see things in life. The Most High is experiencing your lifestyle through you, through the insight, the all-seeing eye that's within your mind, within your brain, the so-called pineal gland. You're being observed and you're being watched. The Most High is watching everything you do, experiencing everything you do through you, because you are the Most High creator operating in amnesia. You have to operate in amnesia in order to enjoy this life and experience this life in totality. Because if you knew everything coming to this world, there's nothing to accomplish. So you had to be put in amnesia and be put in a low level so you could strive to rise back up to the top. That's the purpose. Life is about growth and development in its essence. So keep that in mind. So let us continue to the masculine principle. This is where we left off last time. So I warmly invite you, brothers and sisters that are watching, like the video, subscribe, hit the bell, all notifications, and spread it across the globe, share it, so people could really understand and overstand what's really going on in this world. Because a lot of people do not understand what the purpose of life is. The purpose of life is for you to evolve, to grow and develop, to learn how to operate in a limited state, and to break out of your limits to become unlimited once again. That's the purpose of life. Break out of your chains, break out of your cage, and you do this by learning lessons in a lower state of existence, by experiencing all perspectives, perceptions, angles, and degrees of life within your purpose and mission within a specific life that you're living right now. And you have to pass the test. Life is a test. It's a so-called ground for education, for learning. Keep that in mind. You're here to bring the best out of yourself. That is what education is, to bring the best out of yourself while you're operating in limitation. You're here to break the limitations and become unlimited. So, masculine principle. Symbolic characteristics. The initiating element, force. Masculine is the wave of the line, the wave of the line, the lightning bolt. That's the element that masculine force represents. Element, remember, L means power, authority. Ment is mentality or mind. So power of the mind, mental power. Force is a pushing and pulling. It's a pushing and pulling. That's what a force is pushing and pulling. One symbolizes directed energy toward a purpose and a mission. That's what a masculine represents. They direct their energy to a specific purpose and mission, following their vision. The first eye. So, power of mentality, mind power, forces of intelligence. That's what elemental means. Elemental. L is power. Mental is the mind. Magnetic Intelligence Neural Network Dimension. Acronym that I've created. So you understand what the mind is. It's a dimension that the Most High has created in order to experience life. And you are the architect of life, because you are a cooperative contributor amongst the creation. You are a collective creator contributing to the creation. You are a collective contributor cooperating in creation. Mind over matters makes you the master. When your mind is subjected to the matters, that leads to disaster. So masculine represents action, will, ambition, vision, mission, razor sharp focus and concentration, projection, order, structure, organization, direction, leadership, presentation into space, penetration into space. And as a lower existence of that energy, we see the penetration in our third leg, right? Representing the sacred energy exchange, penetration. That extra aggression that masculine has over the feminine represents that leadership, that penetration, that elemental force pushing forward to make things happen. Masculine is the builders. They're the constructors. They make things happen. They form and shape things into action. Masculine principle continued. Structure, intelligence, logic, and reason. The masculine principle creates systems, organizations, boundaries, structure, and order, as mentioned before. Associated qualities, discipline, linear thinking, grounded stability and foundation, protection, architecture, hierarchy. Once again, action, will, focus, projection, order, leadership, penetration into space. Vertical geometry. One resembles pillars, obelisks, towers, rays of light. Rays of light is different angles and degrees of information inside forming in action. Inside forming in action. That's information. And it also represents intelligence. That's what light represents. Rays are the specific intelligence that you're receiving. So when I say reason, which is a masculine principle, when you use reason, it's really rays sun. Rays from the sun. Rays of light is another word of saying rays from the sun. So it's a transmission and emanation of intelligence and information for the purpose of structure, order, and organization. Discipline. Making things happen. Creating the architecture of life. Standing human posture is a representation of masculine posture. Straight up human posture, standing straight, is a masculine stance. Ancient temples often used columns or pillars. Columns or pillars represents the masculine principle, which represents four. Four represents the pillars that represent the foundation of life, the ground and stability of life. That's what the power of four represents. Groundedness, stability, and the foundation. And what is a foundation? Pillars are a type of foundation that hold architectural buildings up. That's a masculine principle. Representing protection, stability, groundedness. Solar and fire symbolism. As you often see, I blaze it up with the flames here, right? The sun represents the masculine. Fire, masculine. Electricity, masculine. Illumination, which is also talking about lumen consciousness, the awakening of your mind, which represents the all-seeing eye. That's the Most High God watching over your life and everybody's life. So you are watching you. You in your higher self is watching you in your lower self. Expansion, Masculine represents conscious, perceptual awareness. Fire transforms through directed energy. Direct energy is focus and concentration. That is a masculine principle. Focus and concentration represents what? Organization, structure, order, boundaries, discipline. Next slide. Sacred geometry associations. Lines is masculine. As you could break down, masculine, line, lightning bolt, line, lightning bolt. Direction and movement. So masculine is since masculine forms structure, systems, organization, and discipline, they operate as the guiding principle in life. That's why men are natural leaders and directors, because they guide. The reason why they guide is because their main masculine principles is in reason and intelligence, supreme reason and intelligence. That's why they're the directors, primarily, most of the time. Not that women can't be intelligent and lead. Women could definitely lead. Women could definitely be intelligent. But masculine embodies that in a far greater level most of the time than a woman would. But at the same time, you have to remember that it's about balance. Feminine has their place to shine. Masculine has their place to shine. They both play their roles in an equal way. No one is greater than the other. They're both equal polarities performing their functions. It's about working together in unison to make things happen in harmony, peace, and tranquility, and to make things manifest. It's about working together with both your principles. Masculine and feminine both have each other's traits, but feminine has it in a lesser degree than masculine traits. It's a recessive trait in feminine, as is the feminine traits are in a lesser degree in the masculine as a recessive trait. The main affinity is you embody your element according to the so-called gender in the physical realm. If you're a man, you should be embodying mostly masculine principles. If you're a woman, you should be embodying mostly feminine principles. While the recessive is masculine, as is for the masculine, the recessive is feminine. You embody both. Even science tells you that. You have a left and right brain. One represents creativity, intuition. The other represents intelligence, structure and order, direction, reason. Masculine and feminine, they both work together to create and to make things happen. So sacred geometry associations with masculine, direction and movement, triangle, ascension and focus power, pyramid, stability and energetic concentration. Peace, magic chemist, I see you, what's poppin'? Peace, magic chemist. Where are we at here? So I think we're gonna stop it here for now. Like I said before, I'm gonna keep these videos as brief and concise as possible, so it's not too long. I want to make this information digestible. So anyways, brothers and sisters, we're gonna continue this off, and we're gonna be talking about both masculine and feminine working together. So let us move on to the next, and we'll save the rest for another time on part 5 coming up. That is the fire of truth, and nothing but the whole, living, unified truth. Until next time, my brothers and sisters, awaken your mind and get your behind back to organic into that mainframe of a mighty nature, which is a collective total consciousness, the unified field of the divine, the great vine, derived from the vine about you get to chew information, knowledge, wisdom, and supreme natural intelligence from. Listen to reason, rays from the sun, and listen to knowledge and wisdom. You know what time it is? Sun raising your consciousness with confidence. Sacred culture, la blaze. You know what time it is? Enlighten your world. Stay sitting at the edge of your seats for more Fire of Truth, Supreme Natural Intelligence, Sacred Culture. Broadcasts coming on part 5. We'll be continuing the series. Stay tuned. It'll be scheduled in the channel, Supreme Natural Intelligence, Sacred Culture channel. Like the video, share the video, all bell notifications, and we're going to continue this another day. So stay tuned and watch for the scheduling. Light it up!
Check it, listen, coming through, fire bun. I'm an intellectual to the precise decimal of mathematical root radicals. So we see this, I mean this, the fire of truth. From the sheer might, the fire of truth.
Woo, that's a killer right.
Ooh!
Light up the chalice and me tell them to. Rastafari ever safe and secure. Alright, it's them fi know. Anything you reap that is so.